Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the hippest trip on a Tuesday night. It's the Sideline Junkies Tuesday night flight. It's the big guy KG sitting in with none other than the gentleman Jack Carr and the
Say what
man
say.
that does it all, who can hit an open jumper from the corner wide open. Because Jack Carr feeds him the ball like that. The Midnight Rider.
So I don't need to lie to them people. I can't even get the ball off my shoulders right now.
Well, that's right now. We talk about when you're feeling good.
Ugh.
But he ain't behind the stripe or nothing. He might kick.
I'm killing that corner three.
Fellas.
I'm killing that corner three. I don't know about you.
That's too far for you. Too
All
far
right,
away for you. Too far away for you, MR.
We are
Stay in your lane.
Sideline Junkies. Gentlemen, how y'all feeling tonight?
I'm good, man. We got a nice slate to talk about, man.
Indeed, we do.
You know, I'm a little bummed out, a little upset about my man's getting hurt. But we, like Midnight Rider said, we'll get into that in a little while. I've been bummed out since that happened, man.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to talk about that. Let's start off with the NBA so we can get to it. It's down the list, but let's start it off. What was this? This was Sunday after the show. The Oklahoma City Thunder 92, the Nuggets 87. The series is tied at 2-2. And for those of you that are watching at home, across the bottom is where you can listen to us. Make sure you like and subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can listen to us on your favorite streaming apps from Odyssey to Spotify to Apple Podcasts to iHeartRadio. To any way you listen and stream, you can hear us there. In that game with the Thunder and the Nuggets, Jalen Williams had 10. Chet Holmgren had 8 and 13 boards. Hartenstein had 8 and 14 boards. SGA 25, 6 and 6. 10 from Caruso, 11 from Wallace. Andrew Wiggins gave you 11. For the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon gave you the double-double, 15 and 16. Joker gave you a double-double with 27 and 13. 17 points from Braun, 17 points from Jamal Murray. Only 6 points in 27 minutes from Russell Westbrook. I'm starting to wonder what is going on. Why is he not getting the shots or what? But I'm a little curious. Neither team shot very well in this game. Both teams were under 40%. The Thunder shot 35%. The Nuggets shot 31%. From three, both teams shot an identical 24.4%. The Thunder were 10 for 41 from three. The Nuggets were 11 for 45. Neither team shot well from the line. Both teams in the 70s, 76 for the Thunder, 72 for the Nuggets. Thunder out-rebounded the Nuggets 55-49. Out-assisted them 20-17 and had 14 turnovers to 13. Jack Carr, what did you think about this game?
Well, like it's been saying, this the best series we're gonna have in this round. You got youth versus playoff strong Denver Nuggets. You know, it's gonna be a good one. This is going down to game 7. But I tell you, right before the half, I don't know if you guys watched this game, but right before the half, SGA gets the ball and he dribbles up the half court and he just stands there and dribbles behind his legs. You know, waiting for the shot for the second clock to come down by 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Then he just broke ankles, man. SGA is hurting people's feelings out there with these moves he's doing, and he pulls up a mid-range from the elbow. But that one he did before the half expired, man, I guarantee you that was 30 feet, man. That was a long jumper. Just keep your eye on this series. I expect it to go 7. Midnight Rider.
I totally agree. I think this is the I think the champ comes from this series now that we have the injuries to Tatum. I think this is the place where your NBA Finals champion comes from. So whoever wins this in 7 goes on and becomes your eventual champ. That's how I see it.
Wow.
Did we lose the big guy? So you were talking about Westbrook earlier. It's all good. We were talking about Westbrook earlier, and I know for conversations that led up to them losing their coach, he had problems with Westbrook. He didn't want to play him as much, but somebody, I think the front office wanted him to play him. The GM wanted him to play him more. So it was I know that was a point of contention at the early point, or I should say towards the end of their relationship, because the GM wanted them to play some of the younger guards, and that's what part of the basis of the issues were. They wanted some of the young guys to play over Russ.
Yeah, but when you're in this deep in the playoffs, man, it ain't no time to be trying to hone up some youngins. I mean, Russ going to give you 100%, man. And I think Russ has helped them tremendously so far in this playoffs. All right, he didn't have too good of a game yesterday, the other day. So, KG.
Well, that's more in line with just the way the season ended.
And I don't like that. I agree with Jack. This ain't the time to bring some youngins in to ball. This ain't it. Their next game is on Thursday. Time will be determined, but it's Thursday. It's in Denver. Somebody got to take control of this series. So next up is the Pacers 129, Cavs 109. This game was played on Sunday as well. Evan Mobley for the Pacers gave you 10 points. Struss gave you 11. Only 2 points from Jared Allen in 20 minutes. 21 points from Garland. I know Spider Mitchell went out. He had 12. Okoro had 13. You got 11 from Jalen Tyson. They went deep. Cavaliers went deep on Sunday. They went deep on the bench. For the Pacers, Naismith gave you 12. Siakam gave you 21. Turner gave you 20. Nembhard only gave you 7 in 30 minutes. Halliburton only 11. But, I mean, when you winning in a runaway by 20 points, you don't really need much. 14 from Shepard. Obi Toppin gave you 20. TJ McConnell gave you 13. For the team stats, the Pacers shot 52.7% in this game, while the Cavs shot 42. For three-pointers, Cavs shot 40%. The Pacers shot 42.9. From the free throw line, 87% for the Cavs, 80% for the Pacers. Total rebounds, Cavs won that one 41-37, and Cavs had 22 turnovers to the Pacers 10. That's one of the reasons why you lose when you turn the ball over. Jack Carr, what'd you think about this game and the Pacers being up with a 3-1 lead in this series?
Well, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I think I'm the only one on the board that picked Indiana to win this series. Cleveland's not going to win without Mitchell. I'm not sure exactly what he's out with, but I did see him leave the court. Jared Allen, he wasn't on the court long. I didn't understand, man. I guess they pulled him early in the game in the fourth quarter. I thought that was a bit odd because they weren't down but maybe 17-18. I mean, the way I always played, if you're up by a lot, the starters get pulled. But if you're losing by a lot, the starters got to stay on the court and scrap. But it's not what the NBA does. But the Pacers got scoring from all over the place. I mean, Siakam finally busted the 20-point number. Turner, he can give you 20 a lot. And don't be playing with him because he'll step out and shoot a three on you, you know. I think what the biggest surprise in scoring for Indiana was Obi Toppin. Him coming in there with 20 and 5 boards in 21 minutes, like you said, that was incredible. So the way Indiana's playing right now, they look like they're the best team and not Cleveland. Indiana's playing some good ball right now. And you don't know who it's from. Like you say, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in double figures for Indiana in this ball game. So they spreading the love and sharing the ball. I look for Indiana to be somebody to worry about. Isn't that right?
Indiana was I heard a stat that Indiana was one of the best teams coming down the stretch towards the end of the season. I forgot what the exact stat was, but that was the statement made on the radio today. And they're going to be trouble. I think Jack said it best when he said that they get scoring from everywhere. You know, they've got Mathern, they've got Halliburton, you've got Toppin who decided to show up. It's just a team that it's just relentless. Everybody can give you something.
Yeah.
And I think that's how it's going to be right now. I think that's the part that makes them dangerous is you can't just concentrate on Halliburton. You got to kind of pick your fight and deal with everybody in the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Jack, you were right, and looking at this Pacers team, they are more momentous than what I thought they would be. See you later. Be good, okay? All right. This Pacers team is stronger than this Cavs team. Mr. Midnight Rider said, "Bye, Meatloaf." Bye, Papa. Bye, baby. But this Cavs team limped into the playoffs. They didn't run into the playoffs like I thought they should have, like I thought they would after winning 60-plus games. This is not the same Cavs team from 2 months ago. I've said that repeatedly. And Maddie says, Cavs perimeter D is just trash and playing Indiana-style basketball. That's it and that's all. Going back to talk about the last series we were talking about with Denver and the Thunder, JoJo said the issue been that before Russ. And Jokic wanted Russ. Yeah, wanting him and having him play, Russ would be getting starters minutes coming off the bench, and he would have the green light because I know he can fill it up. Russell Westbrook makes every team he goes to better. If you didn't believe it, look at what he did here in Washington. Look at the numbers that they put up. Look how they played, and they were better on the floor. They were a better product. If they don't figure something out, the Nuggets can go ahead and kiss this goodbye. As far as the Cavs go, they're going to go how Donovan Mitchell goes. And this series is led 3-1. I see on the ticker that we have something new. Who did that? Cavs 56, Pacers 52 at the half.
We've been doing some little stuff ever since the draft, baby. Me and the gentleman got ideas. We just throwing them out there, baby. That's all.
Hey, like when you lob like that, let a brother know something coming. Because I'm like, what the hell did I hit? What is that? Let a brother know. Because I'm like, what the hell? But Jack, stand up, take a bow, pat yourself on the back because you called this. You called this. You said the Pacers would be a better team. You called this.
I can't do that.
You should.
I did. But you said the Knicks would be a better team.
Well, we about to get into that. But the feel for this show is all about giving. Tonight we giving flowers while you can smell them, and you'll understand why I'm saying that later on. When we get to the to our next segment. But Jack, you got to take your flowers. And you got to smell them.
All right, all right. I'm down like Charlie Brown. I just saw it, man. I mean, of course, I watch a lot of Eastern Conference basketball. My team is in the Eastern Conference, and I get to see the Cavs play a lot because they're a team to put on national TV. So that team is just what I thought might happen happened. Mitchell's down with a little bit of an injury. I don't know what it is. I'll look it up when I get a chance here, but yeah, that's just what I saw. And I know Indiana's explosive. That boy Halliburton, he's young, man. Think about when Halliburton gets to be about 28, 27. He's going to be sick.
It's a sprained left ankle.
Yeah. Thank you, Midnight Rider. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
But they was up so much, I don't think he returned to the game at all. Messed up a couple parlays, though, but you know. But yeah, that's just what I seen.
JoJo said, I need Murray to play point guard, period. And yeah, he did call it. Thank you, JoJo. Joe, take Jack, take them flowers and smell them, man. Next up, this is what we need to talk about. I want to hear the gentleman Jack's thoughts on this. The Knicks take a commanding 3-1 lead over the Celtics, 121-113. We'll get into the injury after we talk about this game. But Jason Tatum gave you 42 and 8 in 40 minutes. Jaylen Brown 20. Al Horford only 5 and 5 this game with 4 assists. And Midnight Rider, what is that?
A triple single.
Yes, indeed, a triple single. Derek White gave you 23. Drew Holiday gave you 4, 3, and 4. Again, Midnight Rider, what is that?
A triple single.
Yeah, that is right.
Triple single.
Pritchard gave you 12 for the Knicks. Anunoby gave you 20. Josh Hart, 6 points, but he had 9 boards. Karl Anthony Towns, wow. Double man, 23 and 11. I still need him to be my 2020 man in the playoffs, but I'll take a double, 23 and 11. Bridges gave you 23 and 7. Brunson, double, 39 points, 12 assists. And that was the extended the scoring. Mitchell Robinson gave you 4 and Miles McBride gave you 6, but Mitchell Robinson added 8 rebounds. For the Celtics, they shot 48% from the field. The Knicks were lights out with 54%, 37.5% from the three-point line were the Celtics, 35 were the Knicks. Both teams shot in the 70s from the free throw line, 73 for the Celtics and 75 for the Knicks, respectively. Knicks out-rebounded the Celtics 43-31. And turnover battle was even, 12-12. Gentleman Jack, nope. Midnight Rider, you take this first. We'll leave the rest for the Gentleman Jack. Go.
Nah, I mean, if you had told me this series would have played out like this, I would have laughed at you because I was with Gentleman Jack. I thought Boston was the better team. I know Perry was saying that, and LKG said it, but I just didn't believe in it. I just thought Boston would shoot better and play better throughout the course of the ball game. And it seems like they get out, they get up, and then they just don't close well. And I think the Knicks took advantage of that by getting the 2 in Boston. They kind of stole the home court from them. And now they had Boston chasing their tails. But unfortunately, even with the injury, though, I think Boston can still field a team that's going to fight and make New York earn this advancement. I don't think this is just a walk in the park. So that's just really what I see right now. Go ahead, Jack. It's all yours.
I feel you. Well, KG was talking about rebounds and New York Knicks killed Boston on the offensive boards. Just killed them. Second, third chances, man. You cannot give those up. Dribble the ball with no passes. Put up a 3. That's not running an offense. And Boston did that quite a bit. Just fortunate for Boston.
That looks like this.
25, 26 minutes out of this whole series, dude. So they're playing good ball, man. New York hangs around just enough to be there in the fourth, and they handle their business. Boston's ability to not hold a freaking lead is unreal. That right there, I'm serious. I put it on the coaches. You can't, or two of them are 20-point leads, and I think it was a 16-point lead, 14 or 16-point lead in this last game. You know, and then when Tatum went down, the whole team's head was down. It was ugly. So we're going to see if Boston can do what they've done throughout this season, and that's play well with, a starter out. They've done it with Porzingis out. They've done it with Jaylen Brown out. They've done it with Jason Tatum. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough hill to climb. But I won't say never. 3-1 Knicks right now. That'd be a hell of a story. But I feel Boston's just settling. I mean, in the first quarter, they was pump faking, and then the middle was wide open, and they catch Drew Holiday backdoor, catch Derek White backdoor, but then it stopped in the third quarter. I just don't get their offensive game plan, especially in the playoffs. So Boston gonna have, a replacement in there for Tatum, and they got to get right 3 games. 3 games to get right is what they need. So that's all I got to say on that, man. It hurts. It hurts for Tatum to be hurt, and it hurts to be down 3-1 when I still feel we're the best team in the league.
I'm gonna say this to you, Jack. I didn't want to see Tatum go down, and I understand he went down after a great performance, and he has undergone surgery to repair his tendon. So surgery was a success. Thank you. And I just need, of course, I need the Knicks to win the next game, but the Knicks got 3 chances to win the one game. So it's looking good for me, but granted, I didn't want it to have Tatum go down. But how they respond is going to tell the story. And you never know. Anything can happen. JoJo says Halliburton is not afraid of the moment like Brunson. And if you're talking about Brunson as far as last year, I think he was burnt out. Last year. And I noticed that Tibbs is not playing those guys as hard as they were. She said, don't do that, KG. What'd I do? I didn't do nothing. And Maddie says, with the Tatum injury, inquiring minds want to know, KG, how far are you spreading out your steak and cheese? Oh, man. I can see me calling Jiffy's on Allentown Road right now and telling them, let me get a whole steak and cheese. American or provolone? American with lettuce, tomatoes, extra mayonnaise, double fried onions, just a little bit of hot pepper, and a birch beer. Who we charging that to? The gentleman Jack Carr. That's who we charging that to.
Yeah,
Sam Law
you
checking
keep
in.
this
Yo,
up.
just 23 minutes late, but I'm
keep
here.
this
Glad
up,
to have
I'll
you
be
here.
feeding your whole family. Shit.
Hey, you wanted to bet it back, brother. I ain't mad at you. But talking about that Jason Tatum
I should have
injury,
bet you on that Cleveland series.
I would have definitely lost that because I had a thought that they were going to be good, but they weren't. Go ahead, Midnight Rider. You're on mute.
You monster.
You're on mute.
My bad.
Huh?
No, you changed something changed on the board real quick. I don't know what happened.
We ain't had that.
Oh, I that was me. So don't get confused when I take out stuff. Take it out as I go. But Tatum injury got him out. Now, granted, this is not the
Achilles,
80s
right?
and the 90s. He's not. He's going to be ready, I believe, at least he should be ready by December with rehab. So I'm gonna ask a dumb question. This might be a dumb question, and I'm asking it to both of you gentlemen. If you're the Celtics, you're one game away from elimination, do you just go ahead and pack it in and say, let's just go ahead and come back for the next season strong? Or do you just try to win as many games as you can with Tatum being out? Because you're going to need some things.
You play this out. I mean, you got to fight.
Ball out.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
Pack your bags. They pack their bags, man.
That's crazy.
What we got? All right, back in New York. Shit,
that don't even matter.
Oh, hold up.
At this point, you are hurt. You a wounded dog.
Game 5. Yeah, no, they're not going to pack it up in Boston. They're not going to do it. They're not going to pack it up in New York. You're going to watch. You're going to see Peyton Pritchard put up 30, some shit like that. Watch.
That's your guy all year.
He's a shooter, man. And when they let him loose, he creates his own buckets, man. He, like you say, almost everybody in the NBA was the baddest dude on their high school team, some the baddest dude on their college team. So, you know what I'm saying? Just because you're the number 5 or 6 guy, don't mean you ain't got game.
Here's something crazy.
Watch him in Peyton Pritchard's high school. What's that?
And this is the history part of me. The way that the Knicks and the Celtics are so intertwined through history. The Boston Garden and the Madison Square Garden pretty much built by the same people. The history of great teams that came through New York. And we already know the history of the Boston teams that came. And I
TD Garden.
Yeah. Well, now it's TD Garden, but it'll never replace the Boston Garden.
TD Garden. I had a hard time.
But Sam is right. Boston never backs down. Matty Ice said defending champs aren't going to quit. You can't pack it in, but hey. Nope. Sam said even Big Belly Thor knew Thanos could be defeated. Boston got another hammer. As long
it's going to be a tough road, man.
If they don't depend on Doctor Strange, we're all right. That's all I'm saying. As long as Boston don't depend on Star-Lord and Doctor Strange right now, we're all right. We're not going to go there tonight. Maddie said,
what y'all talking about.
Dallas, they are up 1-0. Our last series.
Can I say something to Maddie? Let me say something to Matty Ice. Man, don't worry about where he's spreading them cheesesteaks out. They ain't coming up north. Cheesesteaks ain't coming your way, Matty. Leave me alone.
The T-Wolves 117, the Warriors 110. Wolves lead 3-1. They say Steph will be back for game 5, which is hold on. The Knicks and the Celtics. That's actually in Boston. Game 5 is in Boston tomorrow at 7.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Game 5 for Minnesota and Golden State is in Minnesota tomorrow at 9:30. So we got 2 teams trying to stave off elimination.
It don't matter where that game's at. Don't matter where that game's at.
Steph's supposed to be back. But for the T-Wolves, Julius Randle, 31 points, 5 boards. Jaden McDaniels, 10 points, 13 boards. Only 8 from Gobert with 6 rebounds. Anthony Edwards doing Anthony Edwards things now. 30 points. Mike Conley had 11. You got 9 from DiVincenzo.
A whole bunch of 6.
Alexander Walker with 13. For the Warriors, I don't understand where's this is not the Jimmy Butler that I know. Only 14 points in 34 minutes.
No.
Draymond had 14. Tracy Jackson Davis only had 5. Buddy Hield 13. Podominski 11. Kuminga had 23. That's all your double-figure scores for the Warriors. Gary Payton, the second, only had 3. Looney had 8. Moody had 3. Knox had 2. And I thought, not gonna lie, we thought, and I say we, the OG sideline junkies, Big Jim used to talk so highly of Kevin Knox when we first started this podcast. And Kevin Knox out here in the playoffs, only getting 5 minutes and 2 points, ain't what we thought was gonna happen. Post gave you 5, 7 from Santos. Spencer gave you 2. Team stats. The Wolves shot 49.4%. The Warriors shot 43. 47.1% from behind the arc. Wolves were 29.6. Both teams shot pretty good from the line. 88% for the Wolves, 84% for the Warriors. Rebounding was even, 38 and 38. And turnovers, the Warriors turned it over 19 times compared to 15 from, the Wolves turned it over 19 times compared to 15 from the Warriors. Jack Carr, take it away.
I heard you mention the gentleman that I like watching play, Jonathan Kuminga. Where's he been all playoffs, man? I do not understand Golden State's mission on limiting Kuminga's minutes, man. He ain't start getting no minutes till Curry got out, and he don't even play Curry's spot. But Kuminga's been a beast all season, man. I don't know why his minutes got shorter come playoff time. But Kuminga was a 6'7" guy. So that really shook me up about Golden State. And then, coming down the second quarter, Jimmy Butler was on the bench for like 5 minutes, and Golden State managed to come back and take the lead before half. So Butler just wasn't in the offense of this game, I don't think. I don't know why. I say next game, Golden State goes bye-bye. Puerto Rico to them.
Yeah, so.
But, yeah.
Midnight Rider?
What I can tell from the series is, you talk about Kuminga, I know there's been talks and back and forth about his playing time. I know he and Kerr don't see the eye to eye on some things or certain things, and that's part of the struggle for him getting minutes. I hear you, but it's just something that happens, man. But we'll see. The Jimmy Butler thing, I think part of that has to do with him just coming over from another team and struggling to find a role and find his role in the offense, to find rhythm. I think that's the other thing I worry about. But other than that, man, it's just I think this is the farewell tour for the Warriors. Yeah, I think this is the farewell tour for the Warriors.
I agree. Warriors.
Sam said it's all about that baby. And he said if this is the Jimmy that found joy, please go back to emo. Yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it. Gents, before we get off the NBA, let's talk about the fallout from the lottery. I don't think anybody was surprised. Well, I'm not surprised. I don't think anybody was happy with the NBA lottery last night, because the 4 top teams that had the best percentage to get the number 1 pick finished out of the top 5. And the Mavericks got the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
What was the saying? Sag for flag, or whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Snag
That didn't
flag.
sound good.
But how did you gentlemen feel about the NBA lottery fallout and how it's not working? This system is not working anymore. Jack, what you got? And then go to the Midnight Rider.
It's too many teams in it, man. I mean, shit. I think it's too many teams involved in it. Dallas went to the playoffs. I mean, the expanded playoffs, playing games and shit. There's too many teams in it. And then I think the three losingest teams got the highest pick they could get. They weren't allowed to go outside of, say, 6 or 8, whatever it was, with Utah and Washington. San Antonio ended up getting a nice spot. They got 2-11, I think, 2-12. So San Antonio should be able to get a couple dogs out of that. I don't know, man. It just seemed like a soap opera when I heard they say Dallas Mavericks. I'm like, oh, okay. Team that makes one of the most boneheaded trades in the history of basketball, that has the least amount of chance, 1.8%, to get the number one pick, gets the number one pick. I ain't at a marina, but I smell fish. So I don't know, man. It seemed fishy to me and a lot of people. I think it's, I don't know. I haven't watched a draft like this. How should I say? Lottery. So I didn't even know they went away from pulling the ping pong balls. And Midnight Rider brought it to my attention. What did he say? About 7 years ago they stopped? 8 years?
It's longer than that. They ain't done ping pong balls since like the 80s or the 90s.
Been that long? Nah.
Yeah.
They ain't been carrying these cards out there long.
It's been a minute.
I didn't like it. And they got to put them the right way. I didn't like it. It seems sneaky doing it that way.
Well, they have a room.
Like I say, it's like a soap opera.
They got it on TV for an hour.
I know there's a room. They had an official guy carry the shit out.
Yeah.
I know. I don't like it.
I hear the commentary. I hear the people with the fixed. I hear all of that. But there's one complaint we've made as a group all year, talking about teams being bad and teams playing bad basketball. And I think the way this lottery is starting to play out, I think it's been 7 years since the team with the worst record has gotten the number one pick. So, and the NBA's goal kind of has been to limit teams from tanking so much that they automatically get the first pick. And I think if you're making this a TV show, which they are trying to make it into, honestly, up until about 5 o'clock, I was probably going to rant about this. But after that, from the TV aspect of it, it makes sense. Why not give somebody like Dallas the number one pick? Because now people want to turn into the lottery to see what's going to happen. They trying to figure out, all right, well, somebody moved up last year. Who is somebody going to move up this year? It actually adds to the soap opera. And that's kind of what you want when you're televising like this. Look, everybody's trying to do stuff the NFL does, but you got to have the same drama and everything behind it. Like, we got a schedule being released. We're talking about a schedule, dog. Ain't nobody playing. Ain't nobody doing nothing. But we got a schedule getting released tomorrow or Thursday, whatever day it is. And people going to watch that show. So the NFL has mastered that piece. Unfortunately, everybody else is trying to find their niche. And I think if you keep the lottery the way it is, I think you get more people watching because you don't have that team automatically ending up with the first pick. I think it's like 6 years or 7 years in a row the number one team hasn't won it.
But I wish Jack said something last night in the chat. Jack said, "What happened to the lottery system?"
This is the lottery system.
No. I'm talking about the old school with the ping pong balls, because a team like Washington would have 7 ping pong balls, as a team like Dallas would have 1 or 2 ping pong balls. It's a parody, and you winding that thing up, and you getting it out. Now this ain't 1985 when they put the Knicks envelope in there and they bent up the corner so they knew to give it to the Knicks so they could get Patrick Ewing. That was the first lottery of all time, and it was rigged. We know that. You just went into this lottery, and you have a team that made the playoffs.
I'm sure,
playing or otherwise,
I'm sure
they're still a playoff team.
Sorry, Kidji, go ahead.
Once you expanded the playoffs, the lottery should have shrunk down. Once you expanded to 10 teams, that means the lottery should only be 10 teams. 4 of those teams shouldn't even be there because you made the playoffs. So you should be seeded after the lottery. Dallas. Who else made it? Dallas. The Bulls.
Then you're not getting the purpose of the lottery. This ain't your uncle's lottery no more. This is the new age version.
It ain't my father's lottery either.
But now listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. I think, me and KG are talking about the ping pong ball selection, the way it used to do. They pull it out, spin the ball, say Knicks got it. Or pull the ball, say, yeah, the Celtics got it. But now there probably ain't no balls being pulled with all this computer and analytics stuff, man. You just enter all the teams and their percentages on the computer, hit a button, and that's decided. Just like that. I guarantee you that's how they do it now.
Now they have like it's still a ping pong ball.
Let's say the Wizards have 14% chance.
It's still a ping pong ball system, but they
haven't put it on stage again.
They have it more in scenarios. Like these are the sequences, and that's how like last year you heard them say that like the Wizards were 1 ball away from, or 2 years ago when they were 1 ball away from Wembayama. They have this. Hey, you can shake your head all you want, but this is what they do. They got like this Pythagorean theorem system that they got in place, and it figures it out or shakes it out. Look, I don't mind.
I'm sure it's all on the
computer. If you put a joint on there on the computer and just simulate it 10 times, and on the 10th one, that's the one we got to use. I don't care. But I think the purpose of this now is the NBA is trying to hinder or keep teams from wanting to do the tank method,
to dump.
They don't want teams to tank.
But that's what the lottery, and that's what they stopped in 1984. They said nobody's going to, because teams used to be like, all right, we're going to trade away all our stars, tank, because this cat's coming out of college. He's going hard shit. We're picking him number 1. Let's tank. They stopped that.
They didn't stop that.
They stopped it when they did the lottery. That was supposed to stop teams from tanking because it was going to be random who got the number 1 pick.
Right, but it didn't stop it. That's why they adjusted the odds to make it more detrimental for teams to tank. You're watching that right now in baseball as well. Baseball has this convoluted system where the Nats somehow won the lottery. They got the number 1 pick overall this year. But next year, the highest that the Nats can pick is 10th.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. Because it used to be when you had a percentage like the Mavs, it would say, oh, well, the Mavs have a 1.8% chance of getting the number 1 pick. They could only probably pick the highest they would be able to pick would probably be like 10th or 11th because it's the lowest opportunity. So they're not getting, you knew automatically they weren't getting the percentage. But you knew if the Wizards had a 14% chance.
They could have been 12th, 14th. They could have been the latest. They could have been the first ball out of the joint.
Right. But if you know the Wizards have a 14% chance, the Wizards shouldn't be picking no lower than 3 or 4.
The guideline was 6. The guideline this year was 6. They couldn't go lower than 6.
Terrible. That's terrible. Terrible.
But the whole terrible part of it is, like I say, it's a soap opera, man. This team makes the stupidest trade around. Then their point guard, shooting guard throws his Achilles out. Then they ain't got shit to play for, but they still make the playoffs. And then they get the first round, the number 1 pick in the draft. It just sounds like too much of a soap opera to me.
It's the play-in. It's not the playoffs.
No, man.
It still counts.
It's all the playoffs. It's all playoffs.
It's the play-in.
Playoffs. Play around.
Same thing.
Kid play. I don't
give a damn. Game. It's the 83rd game.
It's the play-in.
You're telling me it's not crazy to you that a team that's been terrible for pretty much majority of the year did not even crack the top 5. Your worst teams did not crack the top 5.
So 3 was Philly, 4 was Utah,
Charlotte. Utah was 5.
Right, Charlotte. 5 was Utah.
Charlotte deserved to be down there.
Utah
Charlotte should have got the number 1 pick.
Why?
I disagree with
if you're doing it that way, why are they doing the show? It doesn't make sense.
That's just it. I get what that now. This used to be something that happened at halftime of a playoff game.
Now it happens before a playoff game.
Oh yeah.
This right here, this bullshit right here, I can't take it. Like you are turning fans off of the NBA.
No, you're not.
This is not bringing fans to you. This is turning people off because this shit is collusion. It's collusion.
Dude. All right, so how is it collusion when all night long? Think about this. This is the funniest thing I heard all night. All night on my way home, it's a fix because San Antonio gonna get the number 1 pick. It's rigged because San Antonio gets the number 1 pick. Then all of a sudden, San Antonio gets 2 and Dallas gets 1. And now it's rigged because Dallas got 1. Like, you got to make up your mind. Just say you got the outcome you didn't want.
No. You didn't say that
what it is.
You
I said on my way home, I heard people. Come on. Dude, it's a better show if we don't know. If we don't know who number 1 is and what team ends up with it, that's the whole point of the lottery, right?
I'm good with that. I'm good with not knowing who number 1 is. But don't tell me that the team with the least percentage gets the number 1. You're not even supposed to be that high. You don't even go here.
But you do know the Wizards had a better chance at getting the 5th and 6th pick than they did the number 1 pick. They had a 50% chance at getting 5 or 6.
They just gonna blow that pick up like they always do.
Let me explain something to you. Depending on who's coming out of school, you can pretty much tell who's going to get the number 1 pick. Who's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft? You can tell sometimes who's going to get the number 1 pick. If it's a city that does not have a star. I didn't know anything, but I'm just going. I'm going with patterns.
Well, it's funny. I didn't hear this pattern until after Dallas got the pick.
Oh, you've never heard me go on a lottery rant.
Oh shit!
I do this every year. Every year.
So then you gotta be used to it and embrace the change. It's not the lottery where the number 1 team is always, or the worst team is getting the number 1 pick. They're not rewarding that anymore.
I got you. All right. JoJo said, let's get, because we got to move on. We got something big coming up. Yeah.
We just award the 15th best team in the league. That's what we do. We reward the 15th best team in the league.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
JoJo said rig trash.
It's bullshit.
Sam said the Pony Express.
What's the bullshit? I don't understand the bullshit part.
Give me
it shouldn't have been in the motherfucker. They're taking too many people in this lottery, man.
I agree with that, Jack.
To the playoffs
and if they weren't in the
play-in game, you should not be included.
Then they take them out. Go ahead. I'm sorry. We put a pin in it. My bad.
Maddie said, "What's the chance of a team like us getting the number 1 pick? 1 in a million." So you're saying there's a chance?
Here we go, baby.
Sam said, "I agree with Rod. The NBA restored balance to the force. I don't think that. Even the balls are rigged. Well, they can be. I trust it better if they duck goosed.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Maddie said NHL this year showed the ping pong ball spitting out. I would like that. Maddie said, we talking about the lottery, not a game. We talking about the lottery. That's it. Maddie said, at this point, Sam said, at this point, Mav should just give the number 1 pick to KG. This ain't McDonald's, man. It's not about me. It's about fairness. And this wasn't fair. And he said, can't complain, man. Wizards used to be the worst team, and they did good in the lottery. So did the Hornets. Yeah. But
they did.
It's so much to it.
When did they do good in the lottery? John Wall?
Yeah.
John Wall, Bill, that's it.
Yeah. Because they crap the bed every other time. So
yeah. I got a feeling they're gonna do it again.
Let's do a quick reset. We are going to jump out of here and jump back in 1 second. We back. We got to talk about this. This came up right before showtime. Maddie,
that looks tight, Midnight Rider. Midnight Rider, that background looks tight with the white background on the back on the.
It seemed like he's sitting right in there.
It does. That's tight.
Maddie said Pacers up 80-71. Perry checking in. What's happening, Perry? I've been talking about them Knicks, man. Why you ain't been here? I want to get you gentlemen's opinion on this. Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson have had their bans lifted, and they are eligible for the Hall of Fame now. I think Maddie said 2027. I'm going to start with the gentleman, Jack. Go to the Midnight Ride, and I'll finish it up. What are your honest thoughts on this development right here?
I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. As soon as he died, I think on the show that day, a couple of us said, oh, yeah, they're going to make some moves, and he's going to get put in now. And like I say, man, I still stand where I stood then. Boycott. Don't go. Don't go. I mean, why? You know, that would have made Pete feel good. What are you doing now? Making his family feel good? His family ain't earned none of them accolades. Pete deserved that. And it's been a long time. Been a longer time for Joe Jackson. And shit, Joe Jackson hit 375 in the World Series that he supposedly threw. Everybody's seen that movie. So we knew it was going to happen. That's where I'm going to end it at. We knew this was coming. Midnight Rider.
KG, can you, if you're available, I need you to jump in and go ahead first. Cause
you want me to go first?
Yeah.
You want me to go first? All right. Maddie said 2028. The committee doesn't meet until December 2027.
Right. It's gonna be a couple years.
Let me say this. This is what I was talking about earlier when I was like, give me my flowers while I can smell them. I'm going to give Jack his flowers while he can smell them. I'm going to give the Midnight Rider his flowers while he can smell them. That's one of the biggest lessons I learned from Coach John Thompson. Give me my flowers while I can smell them. Pete Rose, the all-time hit leader, the hit king, was denied entry into Cooperstown because of a lifetime ban. Now, granted, a lot of people say once he passed, that lifetime ban was up, but he applied for reinstatement twice. I remember he did it in the 90s. He did it again in the 2000s and was denied. Once you knew there was a problem, and it was all this talk. I remember Sealand was talking about it, and then Manfred was talking about it early in his tenure. You knew this man belonged there. You knew he wanted to be there. You said if he apologizes, we'll lift the ban. He did everything you asked him to do. He apologized. He admitted that he was wrong in everything. And you still wouldn't give it to him. But now that he's gone, now you want to do it? Now you want to do it? Now you want to give him flowers when he can't smell them. Somebody said it in a comment on social media, and I believe it's true. I hope his family says, fuck off, Manfred. Y'all can kiss our natural, you know what ass. We ain't got nothing for you. We don't want it.
Got nothing for
Because
you, man.
Hey, say it again, Jack.
We ain't got nothing for you, man.
This is the most backhanded bullshit compliment you could give. You now you want to lift the ban on Shoeless Joe Jackson. Shoeless Joe Jackson ain't played in 105 years. He said he didn't have anything to do with the Black Sox scandal. You still penalized him for it. Ruined his career. That man could barely make money outside of baseball at times.
Ruined his
legacy. But now you want to lift the ban after 105 years? Nah, man. Nah. Keep your bullshit apology or whatever you want to call it. Keep that shit to yourself. Put it in your pocket. Put it in your pipe and smoke it. I don't give a fuck what you do with it. But don't do that shit right here. That is so disrespectful that you do this after these people have passed on. The Shoeless Joe Jackson has been gone from this earth since 1951. But this is what you want to do. Get out of here, man. No. This is, and I said it when Pete Rose passed and we talked. I said, don't do this. This is not where it's at. Don't do this. And they did it anyway. This ain't where it's at. Mm-hmm. This ain't what it's supposed to be. This ain't what it's gonna be. No. Midnight Ride.
There comes a time when things should be done the right way. Teacher I used to have said there's a time and place for everything. And I know the reports are that Pete's family reached out and said, hey, now that he's dead, can we get the ban lifted so we can get him in the Hall of Fame? I've heard that request a couple times, which led Manfred to go back and I guess review the cases and try to make everything right, I guess, in his mind. What this was pettiness. This was a moment that, for some reason, some of the owners and maybe even some of the writers, because you know how the writers like to play gatekeeper for the Hall of Fame, and they have these cockamamie rules where since Babe Ruth didn't go in unanimous, nobody else can go in unanimous. He can't be in on his first time. I'll wait to make him a second time ballot guy. Look, baseball has a Hall of Fame problem. Baseball has a commissioner problem. Mm-hmm. Baseball has problems. Do I have disdain for this move after the fact? Yes, because I think it's cowardice. I think you waited so he couldn't say what he wanted to say on that platform, because I think after you got in bed with FanDuel, DraftKings, Underdog, and all those other companies, I thought that was the moment that he should have been able to get his flowers, get his opportunity. But that didn't happen, and now we have to deal with it after the fact. Well, they need to do something else too, because they need to make sure these people that were great athletes during the steroid era that you want to punish because they didn't do it your way. And this goes back to these reporters and their bullshit rules. Like this, the Hall of Fame ain't about you. And I think that's the problem some of the voters have, is they make it about them. It's like the umpires that want to throw you out after they do call a bad play or a bad strike. I'm getting off target, so let me just end it like this. I think it was wrong for them to wait this long, but I'm glad he's going to get in, hopefully. I mean, I don't trust these baseball writers as far as you can throw them, so we'll see how this plays out. Because they may break up a morality clause. Oh, he did something immoral and I can't vote for him, even though he's dead. They'll do anything.
What you said, Midnight Rider, is absolute true. Baseball has a Hall of Fame problem. So, couple comments. Sam Moss said that felt like an unofficial I Got Beef segment. It was for myself and Jack. JoJo said, man, do you have a better chance at 5 or 6 over the 1 when you won 18 games? Let's see the ping pong balls. What's the secret? Because I'm done with the NBA talking about the lottery. She said, well, my FO makes us a contender.
Yeah, your front office is going to make you contender.
Maddie said, agree, he should have been in before he died, but his own actions probably didn't help with that. But Maddie, he did what they asked him. They said, admit that you did it and apologize. He did both several times. He said, who knows who was on this committee too? Only 16 people, and he needs 12 to vote him in.
I like this one.
And Sam said, imagine if Rose left the hologram message for the day they inducted him in the Hall of Fame, and the hologram Pete Rose said, middle finger to the law.
Oh.
And Perry said, don't tank. Yeah, nobody should be tanking around these parts. I mean, even if you tank, you still ain't gonna get the number 1 pick. But moving right along. Some of the MLB leaders, Aaron Judge still hitting over 400. Are you guys impressed by that? Yeah, 414. Are you impressed by it? Do you think he can keep it going and be the first person since Ted Williams to do it?
Yeah, it went up from that. It's impressive. Ain't happening. Ain't nobody hitting 400.
It's May 13th, right?
Yes, sir.
About that.
All right.
He also has 14 home runs, tied for first with Kyle Schwarber. ERA average. Max Fried 1.05 leads the majors. He also leads the majors in wins with 6, tied with Hunter Brown and what's that? Brandon Frat. And Casey Mize out of Detroit. Saves. Robert Suarez from San Diego got 15 saves already this season. Judge is got 40 RBIs and 65 hits. Stolen bases, Cruz out of Pittsburgh got 16. Ricky had 60 by the All-Star break.
That boy fast. I seen him the other night. He was on second base, and the boy hit a shot up the middle, and the shortstop had to get it behind the bag, and he fumbled it. And Cruz is going to third, and then they make the play at first. Cruz hits third and just goes home, man. It was so much speed. I ain't never seen nobody that fast in the MLB. He faster than De La Cruz. He faster than a lot of boys I've seen, man. Y'all got a chance to watch him for the Pirates. That boy is fast. O'Neal Cruz. I like him.
Let me ask you a question.
That's his only issue.
What is a quality start?
Yeah, I think you have to go 6.
What is a quality start? They have a quality start stat.
Yeah.
It's like 6 innings, under like 3 runs, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's more toward the innings part gives you a quality start, but runs can have a little bit to do with it. Yep. So you go 4 innings, KG, and give up 3 runs. That's not a quality start. You go 5 2/3, give up 1. They might give you a quality start. 6 innings, give up 1, you get a quality start. Stuff like that. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Evaldi,
I mean, you don't win a Heisman for
Wheeler,
it or nothing.
and
You don't get no shillelaghs.
Nah.
That's your MLB leaders right now. Any MLB news you gentlemen want to cover before we jump out of this and go to the NHL?
MLB news.
I ain't got much going on. They got a
Maddie
couple
said
youngsters.
the Guards lost the last 5 games. Last 5 games, all shutouts. They shut out Philly Friday, then got shut out twice by Philly. Now shut out Milwaukee twice in a row. Damn, Guards.
The Nats in the midst of a 6-game losing streak, and I don't know what the updated score on that is. Let me check back on that. I'm gonna go ahead and try to update the board here in a second.
Well, I was trying to.
Okay.
All right.
Perry
I was
said,
just trying to talk about the youngins down there in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's got a pair of young boys swinging the bat well. One of them is Jonathan Aranda. He's an infielder over there, but Tampa Bay's infield's pretty solid, so the boys' bats got to find him a spot. So I recommend he go learn some outfield or some first base or something. And the other boy is Junior Caminero. He's very nice over there at Tampa Bay. Both of them very young ball players. If you get a chance to check out Tampa Bay, look at them 2 young boys. And then another thing over in Detroit, Spencer Torkelson's still on a roll. He is showing why he was the number 1 pick in the 2020 draft out of Arizona State. Torkelson has found his stroke again, and he's on fire. That's about all I got from MLB that I seen. Isn't that right?
It's about time he did something. I mean, he's been languishing for a minute.
Yes, I agree. Whole season.
I mean, but they're pitching with the fact that Casey Mize is above Scooble in terms of ERA. I know they've got one more young pitcher. They got like 3 guys that right now, I think I'd put Detroit's pitching in a short series against anybody in baseball. They even got enough that they could rock with the Dodgers, truth be told. I ain't gonna say they're gonna beat the Dodgers.
Yes, they do.
And
what do they got?
Mize, Scooble are the main 2 I know. And Scooble is probably at a 1 and some change, maybe a 2 ERA. Mize is the one that KG just brought up. He's in the top 5 of ERA. They might have another guy up there. I wouldn't doubt it. Because them in Pittsburgh had a nice little run on pitches. So the last couple years.
Yeah.
There's our updated board. Oh, shoot. I forgot to change the inning.
I'm going to say this real quick. Seeing that we're only a month into the season, and you already got a pitcher with 15 saves. I remember it was one thing to save 20 to 25 games a year. You were like closer of the year.
40.
This dude got 15 saves. Suarez from San Diego, he has 15 saves. We're a month in. You got 15 saves already. You didn't shut the door on somebody 15 damn times.
Well, they got the second most wins in the MLB. But them and the Dodgers.
But that shows that if it's a tight game and you're up by 1 run and you need to slam the door shut, put them in the game. That's dominance.
Now, today most save leaders are around 40, aren't they, Midnight Rider? Don't you agree?
Yeah, we're in the 40 to 50 club.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah, KG harkening back way back in the day.
I didn't want to say nothing.
It's okay, Jack. I mean,
that's when Goose Scotches would go 3 innings to get a save.
It's okay because, like I always say, when I learned the game in the 80s. So, my godmother teaching me the game in the 80s and the 90s. I'm this newfangled stuff. I'm not all up on it. So Perry was saying the Wiz not included. They lost legit when he was talking about don't tank. Saying we got the Sabu passing on Sunday. We are going to talk about that more on Saturday, but it's a devastating loss. I'll say that. And what does my shirt say? My shirt says hope cure. I'm sorry, hope fight cure. It's for breast cancer awareness. Breast cancer awareness is very, very, very close to my heart. My grandmother, my godmother, and my aunt all survived it.
Wow. Nah, I was looking at your shirt too. KG, I was looking at your shirt too. I thought it said hope that was a fart.
Not this one.
And I get your shirt made like that, all right, babe?
I definitely said newfangled. I did. He said legend. Yeah, this new stuff. This stuff they be doing with these computers and stuff, man. I ain't with that. Just play the game. Gents, let's take a pause for the calls. Go on over, and we're going to check out the NHL when we come back because we got some things to talk about. So stay tuned.
Production is going up this week, baby. Woo!
Yes, indeed. We got a little bit more money in the production budget, baby. But the Stars and the Jets are your first series that we're going to talk about, and the Stars lead 2-1 in the series. They played. Where am I at? This was Sunday. They won 5-2 over the Jets. Of course, 26 shots on goal for the Stars, 21 saves the Jets had, and the Stars had 26 shots on goal with 24 saves for the Jets. Gents, what are your thoughts on this? Because you are my hockey aficionados along with Matty Ice. But what you gentlemen got with this?
I mean, the Stars are the hot team right now. They're the it team in the conversation. So when it comes to this, I mean, you saw a lot of people after the Stars, the way the Stars finished the season and got going early, they were everybody's team to beat for the most part. I don't know if you guys watched that episode of Drive Time, but Showtime Sarah was big on the Stars, and I think Maddie was too. They thought that they could actually win it all after everything happened. So I think we got that game in the ticker right now. I think it's 1-1, and I think they're in the second period. I'll update that when I get a chance. But I mean, this series has kind of gone to the hot team and the hot goalie. What you got, Jack?
Well, you know, my NHL hockey lingo ain't on point, but I'm gonna say it the way I say it. The Stars was throwing that puck around the ice, and everybody was having a good time. He gets a goal. He gets a goal. They have 5 different dudes score goals, man. But what I don't get about the stats, you know, I know what a goal is, and I know what an assist is. But there's only 5 goals scored. How come there's 8 assists in here?
All right, so what you get is you get a helper.
6, 8, 10.
So you get a helper.
Double assists? Yeah.
That's what they are. So basically, if I make the pass that leads to the pass to a goal, that's called a helper. So it counts as an assist or a secondary assist.
So 10 assists on
Yep.
5 goals. Sound like they were deficits on 5 goals. That's good, I think.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be, baby.
But yeah, the Stars been hot. I thought the Jets were gonna, keep that flow going after they beat the Blues, but that 7-game series could have took a lot out of them. And I think the Stars got a little bit better shooters on their team. So, I'm not saying I know all the terminology, but you know what I mean by shooters. Puck shooters. Mother puckers.
Maddie says Stars won it on a questionable third goal. And then you have primary assists and secondary assists.
Got you.
Sam said, "Nah, Jack. That's why I asked first. Didn't want to say anything because it was in case it was something serious. Talk about my shirt, but my guess was I hope you don't want this shirt back because it's mine now."
Yeah.
Next up, this series is tied at 2-2. It's mine. The Panthers win 2-0, but hold on before we go there. The Stars and the Jets playing. They should be playing right now. Shoot. Midnight Rider had the.
Yeah, they are.
They're in the ticker.
He had it rolling across the screen. It's tied at 1 in the second period with 10:30 left.
Correct.
So that is being played right now. Next up is the Panthers versus the Maple Leafs. That series is tied at 2-2. Game 5 is coming up on tomorrow, 7 p.m. Yep. So that's when you got your Game 5. The Panthers shut out the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs had 23 shots on goal, none scored. The Maple Leafs had 37 shots on goal, and 35 of them were saved, but 2 of them got through.
That's
and it's always
good.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of shots on goal too. Jen, what's your thoughts on this series?
Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
The Panthers, you got to give it up to their goalie, man. Bobrovsky. Man, these hockey guy names just don't swing, man. I don't know. But he did a hell of a job. Even though it was only 23 shots, that shows that the Panther defense did a hell of a job, too, not allowing them to get shots. So, there's some shooters on that Maple Leafs team, and they didn't get no goals, man. I'm impressed with the goalie play for the Panthers. So the Panthers are playing like they want this, man. So let's see what happens in Game 5. That's played right now, right? Didn't we just say that?
Yes.
Game 5, 1-1. Yep. So yeah, that's a good series right there.
Oh, you talking about Bob Brodsky?
Yeah, he got off.
Yeah, Bob's been he does his thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, what's the painting dude? Oh gosh, it's a painting dude that
they talking to the wrong dude.
Don't worry about it. It was like a PBS thing.
You talking about Bob Ross?
Oh, the painter with the afro. Look at a little squirrel over here and a little bush up in here.
Yeah, that's
about the hobby somebody.
Yeah. They made a movie about that cat.
Yeah, so that's what the fans call him, Bob Brodsky.
Did you know that they actually have a Bob Ross channel on Pluto TV?
I don't have Pluto TV.
Oh man,
dude,
yeah, they have a Bob Ross channel.
About 6-7 minutes of that.
No, my kids actually watch it and enjoy it. I love Bob Ross. Bob Ross is just so great, man.
Damn.
Sure.
Wow, I didn't know. I didn't know Washington was down like that.
Maddie said home team won the first 4. Going to be fun one in Toronto tomorrow, and he goes by Bob.
Big Bob. That guy with no arms, no legs, floating in the ocean. Bob. Hey, Bob.
Next up, you got Caps versus Canes. Canes 5, Caps 2. Canes lead 3-1. The Caps are on the verge of elimination. 21 shots on goal, 19 of them were saved. For the Canes, 36 shots on goal, 32 of them were saved, and they play again on Thursday at 7 p.m. here in DC.
Thursday.
So the Caps got to win this one. Gentlemen, what you got?
I'll let Midnight Rider go last on this one because I didn't know they played this game, man. But I did. Never mind. How do I say that? I did have the shots on here with Ovechkin 3 and Strong 3, but 3-1, man. They in the same position my Celtics are in, dude. That's a tough hole to dig out. And I thought Washington was they were a favorite in my mind. But I'll tell you, after watching this last couple of weeks of playoff hockey, them Edmonton Oilers are looking sharp. So them and the Panthers are looking sharp, I think. Caps, they need this game Thursday, or you go on home. Go on home. Midnight Rider, I know you've seen it better than I did.
I've never watched a hockey game and thought that it was pure domination. I'm gonna say it that way. I don't know what the Canes got going on, but there was a stretch in the middle of the third period where it looked like they were just circling around the Caps as they were possessing the puck, and it was so perfectly done that they could never get an advantage, and it just didn't make. I mean, it's like I know I'm watching it, but you ever watch? It's two scenarios I can think of. It's you fighting a dude, and you know you got like your one hitter quitter or your big punch, and you throw it, and he turn and smile at you, and you trying to figure out what's next. Or when you're fighting like that boss on a video game, and you like say he got 6 arms, you chop one off, thinking, oh, now he only got 5 arms, but now that arm grow back. That's what it felt like when I watched the Caps. It's like they would get back in the ball game, and then Carolina would just take them right back out. And it was just like boom every time. So and Patrick Luc Dubois took a terrible penalty. I think it was in the early third where he slammed the guy to the ground, and I know where it came from because he kind of got manhandled up against the boards. You got Ovechkin to get you a power play goal, but they blew a 5-on-3 earlier. I don't know, man. I don't know what the answer is the Caps have. I think that Caps really got to just come out and just put their balls on the table and just let it go. Let it hang. Because everything they've tried so far hasn't worked. So if you got something else, I think you got to let something else eat and hunt. Because this series so far has been all Carolina.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens next. I mean, that's gonna make it real interesting. We'll come back once if KG comes back.
I'm here.
They got to get Game 5. Game 5's in Washington too, so
yeah.
Hopefully they can get that Game 5.
Maddie said Canes have played well, just suffocated the big guns. And if I'm not mistaken,
Maddie, it's just not the big guns. They've suffocated this team from pillar to post. I've never, like when I'm watching two teams play, I've never seen this kind of domination. It's just, it doesn't make sense.
If I'm not mistaken, the Caps were the number 1 team, right?
Yeah, but in hockey, the 1 seed doesn't matter. It matters for like home court or home ice advantage, but all it takes is a hot team and a hot goalie. And it looked like the other night, like whatever, like Carolina just knew what everybody else on the team was thinking. That's how it felt. It felt like if the forward came up and he was thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna throw this pass and you gonna cut," that's how it happened. Like it was just so subliminal, so like perfect. I don't even know how else to describe it. They played the perfect game the other night, and I felt bad when I was watching it. I felt hopeless. This morning, listening to the radio, yeah, I was done. Like the Caps got fine.
He was toast.
Yeah.
So let me ask a question. And Maddie, you chime in on this too, please. On Thursday night / Friday morning, will I be saying, "Hello, darkness, my old friend"? Because the choking dogs have returned.
Let's not go that far. This isn't a choking dog scenario. This is you're being outclassed right now. This isn't choking dogs. This isn't up 3-1 on Montreal to lose 4-3 in Game 7. This isn't that, and that's an overreaction going to that extreme. This series is really just about two teams, and it's just a bad matchup. How we always talk about boxing and styles make fights. Styles make fights, but the way that Carolina plays, they're just tough on the Caps, and they showed all year. In all their matchups, especially the last couple of the season, they really dominated. Cleveland trying to make a run.
Caps have 2 of the 3 at home. Win Game 5, see what happens in Raleigh. And Maddie said they are relentless on the puck. Only team to play man-to-man D. And when they are on, they are on.
And they were on the other night.
Another team trying to stave off elimination is the Golden Knights. The Oilers win 3-0 over the Golden Knights, and they play again on
probably Thursday or Friday.
Tomorrow.
Oh shoot! Okay.
Tomorrow's 9:30 in Vegas. But this last game, the Golden Knights had 23 shots on goal, all 23 saved. The Oilers had 32 shots on goal, with 29 being saved. I'm noticing a pattern here. The teams that are winning these games, it's not about the goal scoring as much as it is the opportunities. Every team we went through and that has won has shot at least 28 to 35 shots, or was it 37 shots on goal? If you're not getting the opportunities, you're not going to score. I mean, of course, the key to victory is always you got to score more than the other guy. That's the key to victory right now. But what you gentlemen think about this particular series?
Edmonton came out the gates with a bang on this one. I think they scored early and often. I think they were up either 1-0 after 1 or 2-0. I can't remember the exact scenario, but I know they got an early goal to jump out, and they were just relentless the whole night. And it's like you said, KG, the opportunities and just pushing the tempo, and they dominated this match the whole way. It's just crazy, man.
Jack?
Like I said earlier, the Oilers, I think, are the better team. This is a good match, though. Golden Knights versus Edmonton. I didn't see this game. I just do think the Oilers are the ones that got don't they got McDavid or something? Yeah, yep. Connor McDavid and that other boy Draisaitl on their team.
That's your boy.
I like them too.
Jack love him some
like
Draisaitl,
man. Yeah. Where's
name
this
always
series at, guys? 3-1. Okay, I see.
3-1.
Yeah, I think Edmonton's going to close this one out in the next time they hit the ice.
That Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, those two names stick out to me because when Matty came on, I want to say that was last season playoff preview.
Yep.
He was like, that's the guy to watch out for. And I was like, all right, I've been watching for him ever since. Because Matty said to watch him. And speaking of the host of Drive Time, which you hear live every Monday at 5 p.m. right here, Matty Ice says, speaking of dominating, Oilers did that in Game 4. Aiden Hill has not been good for Vegas.
Yep.
Now, maybe you gentlemen can correct me if I'm wrong. We used to have to go through good goalie play to get really good hockey games. Is it me, or do it seem like some goalies go the season lights out, but then when the playoffs hit and it's like the second season's here, it's no good. It's like they lose that spark. I watched it with years. This is showing how long ago I really enjoyed playoff hockey outside of the Caps Stanley Cup run, but I watched it with my man Braden Hope Beast.
Oh.
He was so dominant during the season, but when the big lights hit, he wasn't dominant no more. But I'm watching guys that had pretty good regular seasons. They can't stop anything now that it's coming down to the second season. Am I lunching, or we all on the same page?
No, we're not on the same page. I just think like you got every series and every session. I mean, every round had its own lifestyle and its life cycle. So things can change on one game, on one great save. Like I want to resist the urge to close the door on certain goalies, because sometimes I just think they have bad games. Like if Logan Thompson for the Caps is playing against anybody else in this playoffs instead of Anderson, I think the Caps are winning the series right now. I think the Caps are up 3-1 and they're going into, they're coming home with a lead and they're trying to close it out. I just think the matchups in these series are tough. And like I was a big proponent of the Golden Knights, but they just haven't gotten the goalie play. And I don't know if it's a choke thing, or you also got to think about it. You got the two best scorers in hockey coming at you for a whole game. So it's not like, I don't know, man. I just want to resist the urge to say the goalies are choking or aren't playing up to standard. I think sometimes it's just the way the matchups are. And maybe I'm being too diplomatic about it, but I just think these guys play at such a level, and I think they have a level of goal scoring now where it's just tough. So I don't think it's the lights are too bright situation. Because you haven't had many games where like teams are scoring over 6 goals. Most like it's 5-2 in the Cap series the other night, but that's an empty net late gets you to 5. They had to risk it for the biscuit, and the Cavs have been eliminated.
Bye.
The Cavs gone. Matty said 9 with 23 seconds left.
That's a good thing I had a cheesesteak bet with
Sam
KG
said,
on that
shout
one.
out to Keith. We would have been even. Sam said, shout out to Keith if he's watching. And Matty said, Logan hasn't been bad in goal for Washington either. Nah. I just hope Washington doesn't go home on Thursday. I would like this to go 7 and they move on and then, kind of get their footing in the next round.
They gotta find a matchup that works for them. Because right now, Carolina's dictating the terms. on not every line, but like if there's 10 sequences where they're playing hockey for a stretch during the ball game, unfortunately, or during a match. Unfortunately, 7 of those sequences is being dominated by Carolina. That's the problem.
Well, let's jump out real quick. We're going to come back with our final topic, which is we're going to hit rapid fire because everybody got to go to bed. So be right back. Gents, I'm not sure if you've seen this, but the Bengals rookies. Let me read this. Bengals second round linebacker Demetrius Knight is not participating in drills because Cincinnati rookie waiver, unlike those of the other 31 NFL teams, does not fully protect the players. All teams use waivers to protect the unsigned rookies before contracts, but Cincinnati waiver only covers disabling injuries, according to the league sources familiar with the language. Knight and other non-participating Cincinnati rookies are not holding out for money but for complete protection and are aiming to change the waiver language for future Bengals draft picks. What are you gentlemen's thoughts on that?
That's the right thing to do. There's also, because there's another talk or conversation going where their draft pick, Shamar Stewart, I think it's the Bengals, where they're offering them money, like the bonus they're offering them is below what the guy had last year. So Cincinnati is nickel and diming, doing Cincinnati things, and part of the reason why they get Fs on that player thing when it comes to like how players are treated. I mean, they don't treat their players well. I mean, you just heard your boy today. If you were paying attention, Trey Hendrickson came out and said that it's gotten personal now with the Bengals, and not to change the subject, but for him, it's personal with the Bengals now. No one's reached out to him and talked to him. And then the other problem he's having is the money, or whatever they promised him. Now they're not trying to give it to him. So Cincinnati's got a contract problem on multiple levels right now. And I like the rookies not taking that risk. You shouldn't take that risk. Because if you get hurt and something happens and you're not protected, what happens? You just took a chance for no reason. Don't mess up your future. Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry. Jack?
Well, okay. Well, I agree with you. I think it's something that should be done, but it seemed like the Cleveland teams, period, have a problem with contracts and picking players. What is it? Cleveland's the Ohio teams. Cleveland's first round pick came in out of shape, vomited 2 times on the first day of rookie minicamp.
Dude probably was out partying. I'm not worried about that. This is what? This is May?
Yeah.
Man, you know how much in shape, or how much you can get in shape between now and August? I'm not worried about that. I don't worry about that. I think the kid took a break, got comfortable, maybe hung out a little too long. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he had him a couple brewskis too many. And that's it. I hate when we do this judging players. Like, a snap isn't going to be had for 3 months. What are we doing here?
What are we doing here? Okay.
Hey.
But I agree that they should be changing that language in the contract. So, we're not doing what you're eating. Time to wrap that up, B. Final thoughts before we get up out of here, gentlemen. Of course, we talked about the Cavs being eliminated. So Pacers go on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Who will they face? We'll find out in a couple of days. Or will we find out tomorrow? Yep, tomorrow at 7. We'll find out if it's going to be the Knicks or will Boston pull a BGs and stay alive? Ha 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 ha. So next up, what else you got? You got the Thunder and the Nuggets going on now. That series is tied at 2. That's 5-0 Thunder in OKC. So we'll see how that goes. Gents, your final thoughts?
Let's see. If I'm Jack Carr, I think my final thought would be telling you guys about our guest tomorrow night at 8 p.m. in the passenger seat.
My top 5 guy sucks.
Say
yes,
what?
Sir. Tomorrow evening. That's Wednesday, y'all. That's Wednesday. 8 p.m. Midnight Rider. We will have a basketball coach that's been coaching in the state of Maryland for over 32 years. He is currently the head coach.
Currently the head coach at...
Yeah, I'm going to blow this computer up. All right. The Mustangs. Meade is in Anne Arundel County High School, and I believe he has been there for the past 7 years. Very impressive bio on this coach. So we switch up from football coach to basketball coach, Midnight Rider. We got one heck of a guy coming into the studio with us tomorrow, guy.
Okay. Any word from who's the baseball coach at Meade?
Lou?
We get any
Lou Rome, Doug's
word,
cousin?
we get any word on some hats?
I don't know what's up with Big Lou, man. I tried to get up in the dugout, and he was like, "Oh, you don't want to come out here." They had a tough season. They won 2 games, but that's 2 games more than they won the last 2 seasons. So okay. Lou's working on something over there, and it's tough coaching at Meade. It's you got military kids all around,
right?
So they're coming and going. It's really tough. But I tell you, Coach Glick has done a hell of a job with this basketball program over here at Meade.
I've heard that name before.
What we got? Oh, 4A Eastern Section champs, lost in the East Regionals. Then he went back to Regionals, ended up being a state semifinalist, 22-23. Same thing, state runner-ups. I mean, he's been in the state playoffs deep for many years. I do have a compiled record of what Coach has. His 32-season record is 595 wins and 275 losses. Over 300 more wins than losses in a 32-year career. That's a .684 average percentage right there. So Coach has had success everywhere he's gone. He's been at schools such as as Arundel. He's been at Gwynn Park. He's been at Spalding. And he's been at Pilate. So, I look forward to talking to Coach Glick tomorrow, guys.
Okay.
Look forward to it. Should be a good one. Gotta fix my Wi-Fi.
All right. Well, that's all our time for the night on a Tuesday night flight. It's been a delight. I know I cannot rhyme, but I am good with it. So for the gentleman Jack, the Midnight Rider.
I thought you was about to finish with Lil Jacob 5-2. You know, coast to coast.
Where I was gonna go. Since it's his birthday, I was gonna go a little Stevie Wonder with a little ha 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 ha. No. Come on now, Earl playing by himself, yeah. Earl playing by himself, man. Happy birthday, Stevie Wonder.
Oh man, it seems so long,
doesn't it?
But you know, every now and then when you look up in the air, you gotta check for that ribbon in the sky.
Ooh, yup.
Because as around the world, the earth and seas. Never mind. All right, let's get out of here.
Man,
Y'all starting the lunch.
For the gentleman Jack, for the Midnight Ride, I'm the big guy KG. We did some overtime, but we did it for a reason. We out of here, y'all.